Gotta get dip. Gotta get dip, 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 dip. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get dip. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get dip. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get dip.
And welcome back to my channel. My name's Rhonda, better known as Mess Momma MD. Today I'm going to be comparing the Sugar Face Candy palette up against the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I picked this one up off of shophush.com. It was $10. Of course, as y'all know, this retails for $40-some. If you are interested to see how these work out, is this a dupe for the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette? Then stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so before I zoom you guys in real quick, I'm going to go over what's on my lips. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lip, and that's in the shade 354 Nudist. And on top of that, the Infallible 8-Hour Pro Gloss by also L'Oreal in the shade Dolce de Leche, shade 825. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to actually swatch all of the colors for you. On the bottom is going to be the Sugar palette, on right directly on top is going to be the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, just so you all can see how they swatch, how the shades are, everything like that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. I will zoom you all in, and like I said, please remember all of the sugar swatches will be first on the bottom, Too Faced will be done on top. Okay, so that was all the swatches, and as you may have been able to tell, some of the colors were off just a smidge, not horribly. Again, the blueberry pie, licorice, and brownie, when I played with those outside of the swatching, those were kind of patchy and a little bit harder for me to work with. I don't know if you guys could see in the swatches, but also, so when I swatched brownie in the Sugar palette versus the Charmed, I'm Sure, in the Sweet Peach palette, you could see that, or at least I could, that the shade brownie was a little bit lighter, even though they look like the exact same in the pan. So anyways, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do this eye with the Sugar palette and this eye with the Sweet Peach palette. I'm going to be using the exact same brushes, only doing a dry clean in between dipping into the other palette. I have my mascara on, my liner on. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am not one to typically wear like these darker colors. I kind of gravitate more towards like nudes and browns and just, you know, like soft earthier tones, I guess. However, I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of digging this like darker look on my eyes. But with that being said, there was a bit of a struggle, and again, I knew that going in. I told you guys about the shade Licorice, but I used it intentionally so you guys could see that it was a little bit harder to work with. Is this Sugar palette by Face Candy, a dupe for the Sweet Peach palette? I think overall it is a pretty decent dupe. I don't feel, and to be 100% honest with you guys, I don't feel that it was like the most amazing formula that I've ever, you know, used before in my life. However, with that being said, it is $10, so it's not like I paid 40-some dollars for this palette like I did with this one. But I think that the lighter shades work really well. The only shades that I saw like a big difference in was Cherry Pie, Creme Brulee, and Brownie. I think the rest of the shades were spot on. The only difference was I felt like Cherry Pie, it was pretty doggone close to the Too Faced palette, well, just peachy on the Too Faced side, but I think it was pretty close. It was a little bit more pink in this palette than in the Too Faced palette. It has more of a peachy tone. Again, here for the Creme Brulee, this shade just didn't have the sparkle to it, or the, I wouldn't say glitter, but the shimmer to it that the Nectar in the Too Faced palette has. And other than that, the other shade was Brownie that I noticed a pretty good difference in, and that was just that again was during the swatches. I haven't used it like on my eye obviously for this look, but the swatch wise it was a bit more of a lighter swatch versus the Charmed, I'm sure, in the Too Faced palette. But other than that, again, it's $10. I feel like it actually is a pretty good dupe for the Too Faced one. You know, if you're on the fence and you don't want to spend the 40-some dollars for the Too Faced palette, I honestly would recommend just going ahead and getting this. Or, you know, if you're younger and you're just kind of starting out with makeup and you want to slowly build your collection, but again, it's not the most affordable to run out and buy every $40, $50, $60 palette there is, start out with these. These are actually pretty good quality palettes. So go to shophush.com, check them out. I know last time I checked, this was still available. I mean, overall, if you want to, you know, you just need to work a little bit harder. So give yourself a little bit extra time with some of these darker colors. But other than that, I think it's a great palette, something, you know, worth looking into, especially if you're on the fence about spending so much money on some of the Too Faced palettes. So anyways, that's all for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. My handle is at Hotmessmomma4. So check me out, follow me, tag me if you pick this palette up and you've done a look with this. I'd love to see it. So until next time, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. Kisses from Kentucky. Bye.